In the ancient land of Egypt, a mighty ruler, Pharaoh, refused to release the Israelites from slavery. But one man, Moses, was chosen by God to deliver his people. What followed was a divine showdown that would shake Egypt to its core, the 10 plagues. Moses, armed with God's power, warned Pharaoh, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and so the first plague struck. The Nile turned to blood, the lifeline of Egypt became undrinkable, and the land stank with death. Yet Pharaoh refused. So God sent a plague of frogs invading homes and even Pharaoh's palace. Disgusted, Pharaoh relented, only to change his mind once relief came. Next, gnats rose from the dust, followed by hordes of flies tormenting the people. Still, Pharaoh refused to set the Israelites free. Then God struck the animals with a deadly pestilence, killing Egypt's cattle. But Pharaoh remained stubborn. A sixth plague, boils, broke out, covering the Egyptians in painful sores, yet Pharaoh's heart remained hardened. Then came a storm of fire and hail, raining destruction upon Egypt, but Pharaoh would not yield. Locusts followed, devouring what little remained. Then darkness fell over the land for 3 days, a darkness so deep it could be felt. Still, Pharaoh refused, and so God unleashed the final, most devastating plague, the death of the firstborn. But God provided a way of escape for his people. The Israelites marked their doors with lamb's blood, and the angel of death passed over their homes. But in Pharaoh's house, grief and wailing filled the air. Crushed by loss, Pharaoh finally let the Israelites go. God had shown his power, and the Exodus had begun. The 10 plagues were not just punishments. They were a display of God's justice and power over the gods of Egypt. But this was just the beginning of Moses' journey. Want to know what happens next? Subscribe for more epic biblical stories.